All right, hello. Getting everything set up here. All right, and we are live on Facebook. I'm gonna wait for a minute or two, just let people log in and join, both on Facebook and YouTube. And Melissa's here. Hi, Arisha. Let me know if there's any troubles with sound or if you hear me good. I think everything should be set up and good. Oh, there we go. I didn't even have Facebook on. Now Facebook is on. Hi, Facebook. All right. And we are on Facebook too. All right. So I will, there we go. Christoph is watching. Hi, Christoph. We're just gonna hold off just another minute before we get started. Today we're gonna make my healthy ginger shot that helps you to boost your immune systems. Hi, Kule. Connie is on watching. All right. I hope everyone have had a wonderful day because the weather has been super nice. It's been warm out. I've been out for a little bit enjoying it. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm curious, is anyone actually going to make this shot with me today? Or are you watching and learning so that you know how to make it maybe over the weekend or so? All right. So we're going to get started. If you're making it with me or if you're holding off, what you're going to need is about 200 grams of ginger. I honestly don't know how much 200 grams is, but I do have a good amount of ginger here. Also, we are going to need a little handful of turmeric. I hope everyone can see. And we are going to need lemons, 2 lemons. We're going to need 4 cups of water and a little bit of manuka honey. Oh, making sure everyone can see. And just a little pinch of black pepper. So what we're going to start with is the ginger. So actually, if you have organic ginger, if you get organic ginger from the store, you can just wash it, and honestly, you don't need to really worry about peeling the peel off. So these I know actually are organic, so I'm just going to go ahead and put them over here. So now, there are 3 ways that I do this. Either you can just go ahead and peel it. I usually just end up peeling it unless I found organic ginger. I don't mind peeling it. But I know sometimes it can be really hard, especially if they're like really small. And one trick to do the ginger is you can also use a spoon and just like scrape it off. Like it comes off really easily. So yeah, if you're one of those who does not like peeling ginger, that's a really good trick. But I'm gonna stick with the knife. I don't know, I feel faster with the knife. And here we go. So I'm gonna peel it all up. Good thing I got this good big chunk. So now, why we're using ginger is because it's super anti-inflammatory. It's a great superfood that you definitely want to include on a regular basis in your diet, whether it be, you're making ginger shots. You can also just throw it into, if you're making smoothies, even if it's fruit smoothies or green smoothies, either way, it will work great. And it's really good for you. And especially in these times when we're really focused on boosting our immune systems, right? We really want to do that. All right. That's good enough. So now, what we're going to do with the ginger, there are two ways to do this. So what we're going to do is, I'm also going to peel the turmeric, and where you can either grate it using one of these little graters. I think that takes a little bit of time, so I usually just cut it up in chunks, and just to make it a little bit more time efficient. So I will just cut them up, and I throw it in one of these blender cups. So I'll just blend it, because what we're going to do, we're just going to pour this in. We're going to blend it and mix it with the water and put it on the stove top. But we got to put the turmeric in there too. And I'm giving you a heads up. If you're handling turmeric, you definitely don't want to be wearing your nicest clothes like I am. But I know how to be careful. But yeah, you definitely want to wear an apron, because if you get this on your clothes, they will be stained, as well as you want to be careful. You don't want to get it on your countertops, because it can stain your countertops, the turmeric, and also so it's okay. And now turmeric too. Turmeric is awesome. It's also super anti-inflammatory. And packed with antioxidants. And these two roots are just, doing a wonderful job helping us to boost our immune system. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, Connie's saying, yes, our immune systems can take care of all the boosts that we can get. Yep, that's true for sure. Oh, I see Carmen is on watching too. Hi, Carmen. All right. This will be good enough. I'm just gonna peel up this one. And you will see what I do. So we're gonna mix this with 4 cups of water. And what I'm gonna do is, since I need a little bit of water to mix this, I'm just gonna pour in 1 cup of water with this, so it can mix properly in the blender. And then the remaining of the water, oops, made some paper. The remaining of the water, I'm just going to pour in a pot. So one thing, though, that you want to do, a little trick, and this is where the black peppercorns comes in. So in the turmeric, the active substance is called curcumin, and for some reason, researchers have found that if we add just a tiny little bit of black pepper, let's see, maybe a few peppercorns. There we go. If we add a little bit of pepper, black peppercorns, to the turmeric, it actually helps the body to absorb more of that curcumin, which is that super substance that we want our body to absorb in order to boost our immune systems. So that's a really good trick there. I'm going to add my water. I'm using filtered water. And let's see here. I need 1 cup. Okay. So I got my 1 cup there. And I'm going to pour up my remaining cups there. All right. I'm gonna get ready to blend this. I just think it's so much more, efficient than like grate it, because grating the ginger can be a little bit hard sometimes. All right, I'm gonna start the blender. So if you want to mute your cameras or the session, you can, so you don't have to hear that noise. It will just be on for a few seconds. All right, good enough. That's perfect. So again, you want to be really careful. You don't want to get this on your clothes, not on the countertop, not on your floors, because it does stain immediately. You don't want to wipe your hands on like your nice kitchen towels either. Use paper towels, because it will stain it. All right, there we go. Sit there. So now it's just like this gooey sort of like mixture, and I'm just gonna take this here, my pot, just pour it right in there, and I will add my other 3 cups of water. There we go. And now I'm just gonna put this on the stove top. And so now what you want to think or remember is that you want to bring it up or heat it up, and you're just going to steep it for 20 minutes. So do not boil it. If you're boiling it, you're going to boil and destroy the actual, like the good immune boosting substances that we want in this drink. So don't let it boil at all. Let's see. Christoph, can we replace water by vodka? No, you cannot. Alcohol is not very good for boosting your immune system. It actually does the opposite. So don't do that. All right. So remember, just heat it up, and it's going to sit there for 20 minutes. And now, because obviously you don't want to wait for 20 minutes, and surely you don't either want to wait for it to cool down, because you got to wait for it to cool down until we can move on to the next step. So, good thing that I already have another made batch. So this batch I made earlier, so it has it's been heated for 20 minutes and it's been cooled down. I agree with Carmen. Terrible question, Christoph. All right. So this has cooled down now. What we're gonna do with it, I'm gonna put this lid away. Actually, there we go. Sorry about that. So now, still all that's in this pot is the water, the ginger, turmeric, and a little bit of pepper. And that's all that we have in there. All right, this will work good. I'm just gonna take my spoon, because it's also very packed with antioxidants and antibacterial and antiviral properties. So this is a great one. And now, what makes Manuka honey so special is that it's harvested from bees that are pollinating the Manuka bush in New Zealand. And you will see, for example, here, I don't know if you can see, it says UMF 10. UMF 10. So that means unique Manuka factor. And that will count to you. So 10 is the minimum. And the higher it goes, the better it is. Like the stronger the antibacterial and anti-inflammatory, antiviral properties, the stronger they will be. So yeah, This is a really good honey. And so Melissa says, since I don't consume honey, what can be used as a replacement? So I know I use honey sometimes. I know it's not vegan, but I do use it sometimes. But honestly, I I have made this without adding any sweetener. So I would say the honey is completely optional. And if you want to add sweetener, I'm not really sure. I would just keep it. I would just cut it out. It will work great without it. All right, let's see any other questions. All right, so I'm just gonna take out like a good scoop of this. I don't know, like a big tablespoon or a fourth of a cup, something like this. Just put it in here and mix it in. Hopefully, yeah, those. Doesn't really, since it's cooled down, it doesn't really melt. So it's like sticking to the spoon, but that's okay. Okay, so now the last ingredient we're gonna add is our lemons. And we already know lemons are, packed with vitamin C. Lemons are also really good for boosting our immune systems. So yes, we want to add them, and also you want to add them when it's cooled down, because again, if you add them in the beginning, the heat is gonna destroy the vitamin C and the other vitamins and minerals in them. So I'm just gonna cut them up. Get my 2 lemons. Let's see. Do we have any other questions? And I have, I actually just got this squeezing thingy. We'll see how it works, if it works. Oh yeah, okay. I use a lot of lemons, and if you too use a lot of lemons, I really recommend using one of these. Because trying to squeeze a lot of lemons makes your arms tired. But you do get a good arm workout. All right, let's see. We got 1, 3 more to go. Make sure to get it in there. There we go. And okay, second done. Almost there. Christoph asks, how long can you hold it in your refrigerator? Very good question. I would let's put it this way. So I take a shot of it every morning and every evening, and one batch only lasts for like a few days. And especially if you're sharing it with like your significant other, or like if your whole family, maybe you have kids in the house. So I would definitely recommend, if you're planning on making this, just go ahead and make a double batch at least. Double it up, because you'll finish it in just a few days. But I think it does last for, at least a week, definitely. But yeah, you won't have to worry about how long it's lasting, because you're gonna be using it all. All right, that's all good. And just gonna give it another stir in there to make sure the honey is dissolved and mixed in there. Okay, so now here comes the last part, it can get a little bit messy. I'm just putting this away. I have another container here, and where is it? Okay. And I got my strainer, so we're gonna strain it. And again, it might get a little bit messy. You might spill a little bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna try and not spill. Just gonna pour it in slowly. And yeah, there we go. We're just gonna have to pour in a little bit at a time. And since all that like blended ginger and turmeric is getting like, you know, trapped in the strainer, you sort of want to like, I use a spoon to like just like move it around to help it pass through to help the liquids pass through, because like all that other stuff is in there. Yeah. All right, gonna pour in a little bit more. I really recommend you all to try and make this, and just see. I mean, it has so many great, you know, health benefits, all these ingredients, and I just recommend you trying it. And not that I'm saying I'm a doctor and it's going to cure anything, but it's just very beneficial for your health. My boyfriend, a few years ago, whenever he would get a cold, I would be like, oh, you know what? I'm going to make my ginger shot for you. It's going to help you to recover faster, help you to not let the cold break out. And at first, he would always like roll his eyes at me and be like, "Oh, you and your home remedies." But nowadays, whenever he feels there's a cold creeping up on him, he asks me to make the ginger shots for him, and he swears by it. He swears by it that it's working. I'm just letting everything pass through. I see. All right. Christoph says, "How much should I drink of it daily?" I'm not. I just make like myself a little shot, like, you know, about like filling up like just like the bottom half of the glass. That's about how much I do for like each shot. But again, like find what works with you. There's no right or wrong. And the same thing with the recipe. If you're having a hard time finding, for example, turmeric, and if you have to just make the recipe without it, it will work perfectly fine to just use the ginger and the lemons. And like Melissa said, or asked about the honey, you don't need to use the honey either. So it's easy to modify the recipe and make it work for you. Let me see. Connie says, I think when we reopen, Maddelene should bring us a round of ginger shots. Yes, I agree. I would very happily love to do that. I really would love to do that. Y'all would love them. I'm just gonna let the last part of these liquids go through. It takes a little bit. It's a little bit time consuming making it, but it's really worth it. It's really worth it. I make one double batch like each weekend. It will last about like a week, and we're 2 people having a shot each morning and each evening. So yeah, it lasts for like about a week for us. One double batch. All right, let's see if we can get this to go through. And I'm gonna show you my last step. I would recommend for you, if you don't have any good containers to store it in, I would recommend, if you ever have like any glass bottles, save them and reuse them. That's what I do. I have some glass bottles, and I have just saved them and reused them, so I've been able to pour up my ginger shots in the glass bottles, and it makes it perfect to store it in those. All right, so now I have it all in here. It's strained, and I'm gonna put this top on, and we're now gonna do the last step. Oops. Let me see. Okay, now it's on. Yeah, I really want to make sure I'm not gonna spill all that turmeric all over the place. So here is one glass bottle that I have just simply saved and cleaned it, and it's perfect to pour up my ginger shots in them. And let's see here. Gonna move stuff around. Well, this will work, I guess. Running out of space. So, okay, I have one of these, which is perfect. Actually, a really funny story, because we just moved, basically a few months ago. We moved in here, and we were given some stuff from family, and some random stuff were given, and this thing was one of the random stuff that we were given. But it turned out it was super useful, and I'm so thankful that we got this little random, so it doesn't overflow. There we go. Let's see. Oops. Almost there. All right, that's it. And here's the top. And here we have it, the ginger shot. And so when you store it in your fridge, what you're gonna see is like all the stuff is gonna sink to the bottom, and it's gonna be sort of like not clear, but like the top is gonna be like sort of like cloudy to clear. So each time you take it out of your fridge to have your shot, you just want to give it like a good, shake, and then you pour it up. Any questions? Oh yeah, that would go great with Carmen's paleo brownies. So I wish I could tell you all that this drink is super yummy, but if you're familiar, all right, I'm pouring myself a little shot here. If you're familiar with ginger and what ginger tastes like, it's super, I don't know, super peppery or super bitter, sort of like flavor. And that's really what it tastes like. It's really hard to have a sip of it without making a face. But I challenge y'all to make your ginger shot and share with us your nice face after having your sip. All right. Let's see. Christoph again. I'm just going to ignore Christoph from now. Please don't mix it with vodka. Do we have any questions? Let's see. But yeah, this was all for the shot. It's not complicated at all to make it. And it's easy to prep it. Like if you do like the first part until the like heating up step, then like at whatever time of the day, that's usually what I do, and then I just let it sit and cool down for like at least like 2 hours, at least 2 hours. And then I come back to it whenever I have time again to come back to it and finish off like the second part of it. So it's not really complicated at all. All right. So before I end this session, I will share with you in the comments how to make this ginger shot, and also before we end the session, just a reminder that in 30 minutes at 7, we have Connie and Carmen. They're doing their group fitness class. And if you haven't signed up for it yet, you can text or email for that link, text or call to receive that link so you can sign up for the class and get a good 30-minute endorphin boosting good workout. And same thing tomorrow, James will be hosting. How could I almost forget? So Saturday class at 11, Connie and Carmen will be on again to give you a good 30-minute immune boosting and strengthening group fitness class. And also stay tuned for next week because we will have a guest speaker hosting a live for us next week. So that's super exciting. Any questions before I end our session for today? Let's see. All right. Thank you all for watching and have a good weekend. Bye.